Welcome Brewers, I am JabeerIni and this is the taste test of that Punk IPA from BrewDog we brewed in episode 12. And here we have it. Now, even if this is not a clone, I don't believe a review of this one would be complete if we don't test it along with the original one, which is why I got it. So let's talk about the technical aspects first. Bottle conditioning time. This beer has been bottle conditioning for exactly 3 weeks now, which is the standard bottle conditioning time for this style of beer. ABV. As you may remember, the original gravity of the wort was 1053, which is the exact same original gravity the recipe called for, and the final gravity, here's a pic for you to see, is 1010. So according to Brewer's Friend's ABV calculator, here it is, this beer is exactly 5.64% ABV, which means that even if we didn't get to the final gravity the recipe called for, which was 1011, but 1010, we got the same ABV percentage as the original one. Let's get reviewing. Let's open the original one first. And let's pour it. There you have it. And now let's open mine. Oops. The good thing about this is that I'm gonna have more. Alright. Okay. Well, there you have them. Let's see. Color-wise, they are very, very close. I don't know if you agree with me. If I pay a lot of attention, I would say that BrewDog's, the original one, is just a little bit darker, but that is barely noticeable. One thing that caught my attention when I was brewing it is that they don't give you any fining agent, and I decided not to use Product Luck as I normally use, just to follow strictly the recipe. And now I'm amazed with the clearness of this one. Look, no fining agents, and you can clearly see my finger. I see the camera. It's very clear, just like the original one. Helicopter? Alright, so carbonation. You can see that the carbonation levels are very close from one to the other, and that's only me because they don't give you any guidelines as to how much priming sugar you should use. I used the standard dose for an IPA. You can check Brewer's Friend's priming calculator and use those values. Let's smell it. Normally with this one I always pick passion fruit as the first smell, first aroma. And now I'm picking that and mango. That's curious. Let's see mine. It's different, the aroma is different. In this one I get a lot of passion fruit. And this is, I know this is from Nelson Sauvin hop. It's not the same aroma. This one smells a wee bit sweeter than this one. This one's more bitter. Interesting. Let's go to the most relevant part of the review. Let's try it. Let's dive in. Cheers! Yep. Same old flavor there. And now let's try mine. Cheers again. They are very similar. They are not quite the same. I suspect that, as I said, the yeast is probably the most relevant factor. They give you a generic one, specifically a US-05. So let's divide the taste review in several parts so you can have full details about this one. Okay, bitterness. Bitterness, I think, is the first thing that you notice when it comes to taste, because the aroma is always there, but from a taste perspective, the first thing you notice is bitterness. And I would say that the bitterness of this one is between medium and high. Let's try this one. I think mine is just a wee bit less bitter than the original one. Again, this is, in my opinion, almost unperceivable. Now let's try to analyze the flavors. Fruity, I would say. It's fruity because there are several fruits that you can taste here. Passion fruit, grapefruit, even lime, lemon, and now mango. That's something that's really surprising me, and I actually think that I'm mixing aroma with taste, and actually taste is 90% aroma. So let's try mine. Here I'm getting less fruits. It's tropical. There's a lot of passion fruit in this one, which is, in my opinion, really pleasant. But I'm not picking any mango. Probably a little bit of grapefruit. Yes, I'm picking that. No lemon in mine, no lime. It's as if this was a more complex version of this. Now let's review the malt. This beer, and especially now that we know the build grain and the composition of the malt, logically should have a stronger body, but for some reason it has a very average body. And this one is not as strong as this one. I would classify the body of these two as medium, and again mine just a little bit weaker than the original one. But of course we knew with the amounts of hops that we used, I knew that I would end up with something like this, something really close to the original, and the original is just a poem to hops, if that makes any sense. So in conclusion, ABV, if you follow the recipe, you'll get the same ABV as the original. Color, you'll get something amazingly close to the original. Clearness, you'll get the same clearness, which is something that really called my attention. I believe this could be due to the 90-minute mash, and I say I believe that because that's the only thing that has been different between this recipe and other IPAs that I have brewed. So I'll definitely repeat the 90-minute mash with the next IPA I'll brew. Carbonation, use Brewer's Friends priming calculator, standard dose for American IPA, and you'll get this. But in any case, what we should remember here is that this is an extremely complex beer. So the fact that you can get something that close, and most important, considering that the product you end up with is a very good beer, I think this is a success. So this is it for this taste test video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I encourage you to brew this one from the kit, or you can just use my recipe and buy the ingredients and brew your own and tell me what your results have been. If you like what you see, like, and don't forget to subscribe. And as usual, thanks for watching. Cheers and beers!